Hi friends, Kansi here from atop Serenity Hill, and I'm back in my Paint Chip Tag Gluebook Journal. Does that cover everything? I think it does. And today we are on tag number 13, and it started as a glue book where I was just gluing and making collage, and it has morphed into try all the things, but mostly glue. So you can check the playlist below for all the other ones that I've done. And the next one that we're doing is going to be this one, this burgundy call, and the word for today, transform, which I think seems appropriate because I'm going to have to transform this. Well, I do transform every card, ha ha ha. But the one from last time was mosaic, and I created a mosaic on this kind of like gray purpley one. And when I left it, they stuck together, and now it pulled up the background. So I pretty much don't do a lot to the front of it. That's just the inspiration cover. But now I have to, and I don't have to. I could just leave it. And I want to tell you, I actually considered taking this one out and throwing it away. And then I thought better of it because the whole point of junk journaling, art journaling, mixed media is to use what you have. And how can I use this as an opportunity to try something and do something or add something or whatever I needed to do? So that's what I did. I left it alone, and I figured that together we will cover that. Like, what would I do if that was part of an art journal? I wouldn't have thrown the page out. If you know me, I wouldn't have thrown the page out. Figure out what to do. So what I want to do today is I've been going down a few rabbit holes sometimes with YouTube videos, just what's drawing my attention. And what has been drawing my attention is like collage clusters and the layering of lots of different items together. And so that's what I'm going to do on this card, is a collage cluster. And so I wanted to share how I went about prepping for a collage cluster. I heard something on a video that was like, making collage clusters is all in the prep. And I was like, amen, absolutely. You have to, if not, you struggle with, what do I do? Where am I going? And the artist was actually making a bunch at the same time, where the prep came in, so that she could just draw from all the different piles. But it would be similar even if you were just making one. Like, what kinds of items do you want in this cluster? And just because I pulled out these doesn't mean I can't take what's left behind and go to another journal and make a collage cluster, or make a freestanding collage cluster that I can add. Collage cluster, say that 3 times fast, y'all. Kind of hard. So this is what I pulled. One, I have been loving these. I bought a pack of these from the Paper Source, which I believe is Hobby Lobby, not Michael's, but I can't remember. But anyway, it's called the Paper Source, and it's a bunch of fussy cuts that come in a package, and I've just been absolutely loving adding them to everything. So I went through and found some that worked with the piece. I also love that I found a couple that would stick off. Okay, because part of my idea for this tag journal is I'm loving the things that are hanging off. Like, there's a dangle, and there's things that fold out, and things that stick out, and all that. So the bird sticking out makes sense. Okay, so I have that. I also have been going down some thoughts about making my own faux stamps, but I had some stamps that worked color-wise that I have been collecting. I also went through all my bits and found some buttons that would work, and I pulled out a bulb clip just because maybe I would clip it on something. I don't know. It was more like what was catching my eye in my supplies as I was going through all these. These are all in one container with lots of little containers in it, so I was just pulling them all out and going through them. I found this tea bag that, wow, could you get any closer to the color? All right, y'all. So I don't know, maybe that. Digging through my ribbons, I ended up finding this tassel. I have no idea what this is from, but here you have it. Similar coloring. This is some medical gauze that I found in my stash as well, and I was like, well, that would be an interesting layer. And then, of course, I have collage papers because this is essentially started as a glue book and I still want to glue a lot of things in. So I have my Pay It Forward piece from the last time. I used pieces of this for the last one, and so I'm going to use pieces of this. I found this gorgeous sticker attached to this bag. I don't know, but there it is. This matched the color. This kind of did. I like that this is not the same color, but it feels in the same tone, hue, shade, whatever you want to call it, the brown and the burgundy, but that gives a nice layered effect. Same thing with this. I don't know, we'll see. Do I want it a little brighter? I don't know, we'll see. And then this crazy, which was, it was a zine at some point that I was using as demo, and it has lots of the paper too. So lots of layering pieces that I can work with. And so I also will glue things. I have a stapler, a little tiny attacher. I also pulled out some dimensional foam tape and foam dots because maybe I want some dimension. And so I'm going to play and see what comes up. Obviously, I need to do both sides. And then at the end, I will add my usual dragonfly to the front. So let's see what happens. I hope you'll play along. If you're, let me just say, if you're new here, welcome. I did not say that. If you are back for another visit, thanks, and always welcome back. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up as you're watching, and leave a comment. Is this something that you're finding interesting, this tag book? Are you finding some ideas that help you in your own creative practice that you don't necessarily do on a paint chip or a tag, but it gets you thinking about your supplies and how you could apply them in your own art journal? So I'd love to hear those comments below. All right, so let's dive in and then we'll come back and see what I came up with. Okay, so here it is. Lots of collage stuff, lots of layering. I even made a little tag with a dangle to go inside my tea bag. And I could have tried to glue the tea bag down, but I decided to staple it instead, which then gave me the challenge of hiding the staples on this side. So, which I did with just more collage paper. All right. And I love how I was able to thread it through the hole so that it creates this fun extra on the other side. So something to bear in mind. I splattered everything with turquoise because after I put this dragonfly down, it needed something to break up the burgundy. So I splattered everything with turquoise. But when I went to use my heat gun, it started to melt the tea bag. Look at that. So actually kind of fun because it makes it look even older, which is fun. Okay. So yeah, I love how it came out. It is super, super dimensional and there's so much to look at. Whoo! I transformed it. Look at that. I transformed it. So there you have it. Now I just have to figure out, let's see, my pay it forward, I always try to just look ahead, is going to be this. There you go. Keep it simple. Okay. I used this. I didn't use a lot of the other papers, but I did use this piece. So this will be my pay it forward for the next time. All right. So let's pop it on here. Okay. So it's another chunky piece. Lots of interactive materials on it. I love it. I love it. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you'll pop back in and see what we do on the next card. This is my 2025 project, and hopefully we'll finish it by the end of 2025. I just dive into it whenever I get an idea now of trying something fun and interesting on each of the tags. So again, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on what I did today and this project. All right, y'all. I will see y'all in another video. Thanks. Bye, friends.